it's a perfect fit having Ben Simmons on that team.
Yeah.
I even talked about how possibly they can get Goran Dragic to fill in that home court PG.
Yeah.
News is that the vaccine mandate in New York will be getting lifted, so I expect Kyrie to be coming back full time. When he is there, we see how dynamic Brooklyn is.
Yeah.
And when he's not there, we see that they aren't really as good. Durant would be back anytime now, and then we see Drummond just being a beast on the boards. So I really look at them fighting their way into the end of the playoffs, and making noise in the playoffs. And we'll get to that after we talk about these 76ers.
I think it's going to be interesting, how Ben Simmons will play out here with the Brooklyn Nets. We haven't seen it, but let's move on to the team that they traded him for. Philadelphia 76ers. This Harden-Embiid tandem has been really, really good for their team. Your thoughts, Coach?
Okay, I was on the fence. I was on the fence about this, but they did everything I said that would make them successful. All right, so Harden is playing off the ball.
Yeah.
He's catching and shooting. And Embiid is actually rolling to the basket.
Yeah, a lot.
Harden, he's the first player in NBA history to go back-to-back games with 25 and 10 assists in his first 2 games on the team. They've combined for about 35 free throw attempts in their first 2 games together. Obviously, it was only playing against the Timberwolves and the Knicks, small sample size. But if they continue doing this moving forward, I think it's going to be a great, end of the season for them and also for Tyrese Maxey.
I look at that group and I see that I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Is this just a honeymoon period? Is it just because they're all happy to be with each other and they haven't run into adversity yet? We've seen it in the past, what happens when James Harden isn't necessarily happy. It just happened in Brooklyn. Who's to say that it doesn't go south soon if things don't go the right way moving down the road?
Well, obviously only time will tell. But if I'm James Harden and I'm getting all of these open shots, I have a big man that I can pass to, and it doesn't have to be a lob pass. It can be a pocket pass, give it to him in the lane. I can take some plays off. I don't even really need to expend that much energy defensively. That would make me happy, And I'm still out there getting triple doubles, scoring 30 points. I just see it. If this is how they're going to play the rest of the season, I see it working.
All right.
I also think because they're winning, so everyone's gonna be happy when
winning
they're winning.
solves everything.
Yep, they haven't lost.
Winning solves everything.
Should we go to the Western
Yeah, I
Conference?
think we should
now?
go to the West.
Do we have to?
Yeah, no, we do because I not to rub salt in the wound, but I'm looking at the list that you got here already.
Should I just throw the papers away?
No, you don't have to throw the papers. No. This is an environmentally friendly show. So number 10 on your list. Again, this is your predicted seedings. You have the Lakers at number 10, and there's still a ways to go before we finalize all the standings.
Talk about winning too.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
All right, it hurt me. It hurt me bad to put the Lakers at number 10, but it could have been worse. All right, so there is a silver lining. They could have missed, even the play-in tournament. If they're seeded at number 10, they're in the play-in tournament. They got to win 2 games to get in to at least get to the 8th spot.
Yeah.
All right, which would put them up against the Phoenix Suns. So here goes the silver lining. Chris Paul out.
Okay.
Out for the first round. Out for the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do my Lakers have a chance to beat a Chris Paul-less Phoenix Suns team in the first round of the playoffs? Let me know.
Yeah, well, I honestly don't know because we all know that even without Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, all those guys are incredible. And let's say you miss out on playing the Suns and you play the Warriors and Draymond Green is healthy.
No, that's
going to be tough.
That's not going to happen because we're not getting past the 8th seed, and the Warriors aren't getting to the 1st seed.
All right, so I'm going to have Diego react to this right now because we have a note here on our script saying that you actually have a surprise matchups for us and play-in tournament predictions here. So we'll have Diego react to that.
I want to hear this.
Yeah,
Coach.
so you go lay it down on us.
All right, so I have, again, the Lakers in the play-in tournament at the 10 seed.
Okay.
They would be playing against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Okay, so they win that game.
Okay.
But you guys lost to them by like 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but hey,
All right, coach. Move on, coach.
Stop, bro. I have the Timberwolves against the Clippers, and the Timberwolves beating the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Which would set
That's
up a
interesting.
matchup between the Lakers and the Clippers, and the Clippers never beat my Lakers. Okay, they just don't.
Okay.
So my Lakers sneak in, and they play against the Suns in the first round.
All right.
Without Chris Paul, and
They're gonna
they
advance.
win
Beat
that.
the-
They
Oh,
win
my-
that series.
This isn't a
They-
prediction.
they
This
win
is
that-
fantasy.
No, they
This
win
is
that-
science fiction. No.
They win that series. All right.
All right.
They
All
win
right.
That series.
All right. Anything on the East?
Okay, now, the matchup that we all want to see. All right, I have the Nets
All right.
Okay.
ending up seeing the Sixers in the first round.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
How does that happen? Obviously, I have the Nets
Beating Toronto.
Yeah, at number 8.
Yep.
You know, at the 8 seed. So they played the Raptors in the play-in tournament. They end up at the 7 seed, playing the 76ers on the 2nd seed. And now this is where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah.
This is where you talked about, is Harden still going to be happy by the time he gets to
Yeah.
the playoffs? And are the Nets going to be 100%,
Yeah.
together,
Are they healthy?
gelled,
Yeah.
healthy? Ben Simmons out there locking up on D, Patty Mills and Seth Curry hitting threes.
That is a series we all want to see.
That is a series. And I see the Nets winning that.
That's probably going to be the most watched series in the playoffs.
I agree. At least on paper, that sounds
Yep.
amazing.
If
but
it happens, coach, props to you. Coach.
props to you. You're a prophet. But then based on your Lakers prediction, I don't know. But Coach
Come on,
Willy,
man. Come on. Give me some.